What's up? It's Marco. This is Sage of Soccer, and the U.S. men's national team roster just released. And I have to be honest, I'm concerned about both our immediate and long-term future as a soccer nation. This was a very bad roster, and not only that, but the reasons behind the decisions just leave me really concerned. And between this and the U20 and Revelations Cup stuff that's been going on lately, I am really starting to get worried about the political structure we have in place. I've been concerned about it for a while, but now it's like, okay, this is getting ridiculous. So I've got the roster itself in the description, but I'm just going to run through some of the main things I want to talk about. First, John Brooks was excluded from this national team, and he's healthy. This was a healthy decision, and I don't understand the rationale behind it. He hasn't been in the greatest form for Wolfsburg, but he's been fine. Ever since he completely recovered from his injury, he's been doing pretty well. They just came off a win against RB Salzburg, and I would feel confident with him in this squad. I would have him starting, but apparently his form at Wolfsburg is so poor that it justifies leaving him off the squad over two MLS center backs, another Bundesliga center back in Chris Richards, and Mark McKenzie. Mark McKenzie has not been playing at Genk. He's been playing. A lot of times they have two matches in a week, and he's always playing the less important one, if he's playing that at all, and a lot of the time he's subbed off during those games. Mark McKenzie has done nothing to justify him being selected over John Brooks. John Brooks, who is a very good left-footed center back, and someone who I've always seen as a huge luxury to have on this national team, and we drop him because of a poor run of form. What message does this send to the young players in the MLS? You can either go to the Bundesliga, and if you have a bad run of games or you're struggling for game time, you're out. You're not going to be there. But if you go to the MLS and you continue to play at a, good level, like strong MLS player, maybe you're an MLS All-Star, you're in the national team for life. You can have a bad performance. It doesn't matter. You're in it. We're sending a message that you shouldn't go to Europe, because if you take chances to make yourself a better player, it is a bad decision, and you will be punished for it. I'm really upset about this, and not even getting into the midfield, which I did a predictions video a while back, and I was like, you know what? Or yesterday, and I was like, I'm going to be really harsh. I'm going to say what is probably the worst case scenario. And it was it. We called up Roldan again for him to do nothing on the right wing. We got Lletget again for him to make backwards passes, lose possession all the time. And Kellyn Acosta, who, listen, he's a decent role player, but the idea that he does a job that no one else can do is wrong. Leon Flock could do that job fine, and I'm convinced Johnny Cardoso could do that job fine. I would love to see Christian Cappi get a chance, and Andres Pereira at Orlando City, I feel like he'd do that job and more if we're able to call him up to the squad. Kellyn Acosta does not deserve to be in this team, but he is. And no Luke De La Torre, who's been our most creative midfielder off the bench. No, we can't give him a run on games for reasons that I don't know. He's doing work he does more work defensively than Sebastian Lletget. He's more creative than him, and I don't get it. And Julian Green, who I get that he's playing for a bad Bundesliga team, but watch him play. He does things that we need. He makes creative runs. He can take on players. He can make good passes. Just watch a Greuther Fürth game and watch Julian Green. He should be in the squad. And this midfield is terrible. Paul Arriola's back in the squad. He shouldn't be in there. He brings no athleticism. He's not going to take a player on 1v1. Maybe he can press, but Brenden Aaronson does that better. A lot of the times pressing comes down to coaching. If you want a player to work as hard as him, you probably can get it out of them. And I don't see the point of Arriola. Up top, we have only Ricardo Pepe and Jesus Ferreira called in. Jesus Ferreira is a new call-up, and I should be excited about him because he's a very promising player. He's been playing the 10 for FC Dallas. He's got a great partnership with Ricardo Pepe. I want to be excited about him. But I'm thinking about this okay, is he called in to play the 10? If he's called up to play the 10, that would be very good. That means a change of formation. Maybe we get Aaronson at the 10, Ferreira would be the backup, and we could have a lot more of like a dynamic team that fits our play style. But Greg Berhalter hasn't earned the benefit of the doubt. This federation hasn't. So I believe he's called up to be the backup 9. And if he's the backup 9 in a 4-3-3 that we play, I don't trust him to do well. He was terrible when played in that position during Olympic qualifying, which, again, it's out of position for him, but it doesn't matter. So we're putting him in a position to fail, which I don't get it. Like, maybe we sub him on towards the end of the game and start to play with the 10, but I don't think we'd do that. We'd probably sub on right back or something. I don't know. Like, I should be excited about this because Frere's a good player, but Daryl Dike has been in some great form, and we are not rewarding him for it, when I feel like Daryl Dike would do very well. And Ferreira, like, I don't feel like he's going to do a job at the 9, which sucks because he's a very promising player, and I want to be excited about him, but I don't feel like he's going to do a good job. Also, Ethan Horvath is dropped again, which I personally would have him in the squad, but if we want to send a message to him that he needs play time, like, that's fine too. But I feel like Horvath would be a better third choice option. But that's cutting hairs? I don't know. So I'm looking at this team, and there's a legitimate possibility that we get 0 or 1 points this window. Because Mexico, that's going to be a very tough game no matter what. And I'm assuming we're going to be playing our first team there. So I'm looking at the squad that I think we're going to put out. Probably Turner in net. Then I'm assuming DeAndre Yedlin's going to start the first game. Walker Zimmerman, Miles Robinson at center back. Antonee Robinson at left back. Tyler Adams, McKennie, Musah in the midfield. Then probably Arriola, Pepe, and Pulisic up top. I'm assuming Pulisic will play the full 90 because we know he's carrying an injury still. So we're probably going to play him a full 90 and get him out another month. Because that's what we do here. We play Gio Reyna too much and get him injured. We play Pulisic too much, we get him injured. We play Daryl Dike when he's clearly injured. It's not something that breeds confidence. So Pulisic's not 100%. We might not be able to score a goal against this Mexico team. I feel like our defense is very vulnerable to pressing. Miles Robinson, Matt Turner, they're both not good on the ball. Walker Zimmerman hasn't excelled on the ball in a game against a high-level opposition team, so I'm worried about him there. DeAndre Yedlin doesn't breed confidence. Antonee Robinson can make mistakes. I don't think I'm as sold as Antonee Robinson as other players, but other people, I should say, but he's still a solid guy, and it's going to be a tough game against Mexico, and I can easily see us losing. Next, we've got a Jamaica game, and that's, knowing us, it's probably going to be a completely rotated squad. So I'm expecting like a Zack, Steffen maybe in net, then hopefully Skelly will get his debut. Miles Robinson probably returns. Chris Richards will get a go. Probably Sam Vines. We called him up over George Bello, so I'm expecting him to play. I guess the midfield will probably be Acosta, Lletget, and Busio. Maybe Musah will start over Busio, but Acosta and Lletget for sure. Probably Weah on one wing, Aaronson on the other, and Jesus Ferreira up top. If we go against Jamaica with a squad like that, we're in trouble because Jamaica, they've got a good team. Mikel Antonio's back. Leon Bailey's back. Shamar Nicholson's been in great form for Jamaica. They're going to have D. Cordova Reed, Revel Morrison in the midfield. Do people still know about Revel Morrison? Because that could be dangerous. It might not be. He might just be on the bench, but that could be dangerous. And Andre Blake in net, that's itself is going to be bad. And maybe not a strong defense, but one that's going to be tough to break down. And I'm looking at this team. We're not going to dominate the ball against them. Not with Lletget, not with Acosta in there. Ferrer could very easily end up isolated, as he's going to be a 9 where I don't feel confident in him in. And there's a good chance that our defense gets scored on because we're not going to have much of the ball. Leon Bailey's very dangerous. Mikel Antonio is very dangerous. I could honestly see this game going like this. We lose against Jamaica, playing a heavily rotated squad, and those dumbasses in the media like Alexi Lalas will come out and just blame the game on Joe Skelly, blame the game on Gianluca Busio, and give Acosta a pass, give Lletget a pass. which I know I'm making up a game and making up responses to it, but tell me you can't see this happening. I don't know. I'm not confident in the squad at all. And I'm going to be watching the games, but I don't see us winning either of these games. If we go out with a rotated squad against Jamaica and go out with a Greg Berhalter full-strength team against Mexico, I don't see us doing well. I don't have confidence in this team, and this is the first time in, since the pandemic, not ended, but since we started playing games again, where I'm feeling so unconfident in this team going into a window, and that's due to this manager, it's due to this federation, and I don't know. I don't have confidence in the squad. It's going to be exciting to see Joe Scaley play. Hopefully Chris Richards will get some more time. I love our starting midfield. It's going to be good to have Pulisic back. Hopefully we don't overplay him. I feel like we will, but hopefully we don't. And yeah, I'm not confident in this team, not confident in this window, and I'm really hoping that it doesn't go worst case scenario. Hopefully we can grind out a win against Jamaica. Hopefully we get a result against Mexico, but I don't know. I'm not confident in this team, and I'm legitimately worried about this World Cup qualifying window now. Yeah. So I'll talk about right now. I'll probably make a couple more videos today, just talk about the U20 situation, but yeah, so I'll talk about right now. I'll see you.